Obviously, didn't come down here to tie a football game, but that's what happened. We were trying to be aggressive at the end of the half, and that really bit us in the butt.
Giving up 40 points, bro, like I don't care where we're playing. That's just unacceptable.
We ain't lose, we ain't win. Tie, I guess. I ain't never had that, so it's my first tie ever, so just cope with that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health. It is our 25th anniversary of the show. Please introduce my co-host this week, joining us over Zoom, Packers legend and Super Bowl champion, James Jones, joining us from Arizona. James, how's everything with you?
Man, everything is everything, man. I'm fresh off the high school field right now. I probably still got some turf pellets in my shoes and all that, man. But I'm here to talk to y'all, man, about some Packers football. You know, I was at the game last night, man, live in the affected building. I seen it all. I hate ties. We need to change the rules, but, you know, I guess that's how it happens. All
right, let's get into this because there's a lot to dive into. Why?
I feel like a loss. I mean, that's just speaking personally. I feel like, honestly, in our locker room, it feels pretty, just disappointing as far as, you know, we understand that there's a lot better things that we can put on tape, and just, you know, there were lapses in attention to detail and focus, and, you know, we just got to correct those little things, you know, going into this bye.
It's just weird. It don't feel good. Like it almost feel like a loss, honestly. Especially to, you know, an NFC, opponent. I don't know, but I got a feeling we'll see these guys again.
It's not a win, it's not a loss, but like I said, it don't feel good. It's not up to our standard. You know, all three phases of the ball, we gotta be better. Talking to myself included, but we gotta be better, and we will.
The old saying is ties are like kissing your sister. I don't have a sister, so I can't comment on that idiom. You mentioned you were there. What was it like in that building?
I mean, it was electric in the building, man. You talk about Packers fans was taking over the stadium. It was a lot of green and gold in that stadium. I mean, shoot, it was our game to take. But to be honest with you, man, walking off that field, I got to tip my hat to Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, because Dak Prescott was the best player on the field.
Yep.
Every time the Cowboys needed an answer, Dak Prescott played his tail off. He looked like Tom Brady / vintage Aaron Rodgers out there making plays with his arms, with his legs, inside the pocket, outside the pocket. He was getting the ball out of his hands really, really fast, so Micah Parsons and them boys could not wreck the game. I thought he played a perfect game, and to be honest with you, for them to have any chance in the game, I thought Dak Prescott would have had to play that way, and he did. And as for the Green Bay Packers, that's just not the standard, man. That's just not the standard. I truly believe walking on that football field, the Dallas Cowboys is not of the standard of the Green Bay Packers, right? We are a much better football team than them, but you got to go out there every Sunday and you got to perform, and you got to tip your hat to the Cowboys. They did what they were supposed to do. You know, you hear our locker room talking about a tie. I bet if you hear their locker room talking about a tie, it sound a lot more happy and joyful in their locker room than our locker room, because we know that, you know, you let one slip away, man, and that's not the standards. We have a Super Bowl caliber football team, and we got to start putting that on the football field every single week.
Yeah, last two haven't been up, like you said, to the standard. But let's get to what everyone is talking about.
We use the term ozone, saying that it's got to go out of bounds or end zone, obviously with time remaining. And just the operation was just way too slow. Like, I don't know if our guys didn't know we were in 2 minutes or what, but ultimately the communication's got to get better. Myself to Jordan to the huddle, and that's the bottom line.
Got to get a call in, and you know, we had a good call on, and we just didn't execute it. You know, I don't think everybody was on the same page with what needed to happen, and you know, it's something that we got to fix. We got to clean up and be better, because you know, it was ended up being really, really close with only 1 second left.
Combine that with how they fumbled the end of the first half. I wouldn't say it was a clock-managing masterpiece by LaFleur and company. Were you shocked by how that last 30 seconds played out?
I was shocked by our attention to detail. I was very, very shocked. Like, you got to understand the situation that you're in and the moment that you're in. Like Coach LaFleur said, I don't know if our guys knew if it was 2 minute drill, but I don't know if you know. Clock is running out. Like, you have to get on the ball and get set and get ready to run a play. To be honest with you, we're extremely lucky that the ball bounced off his back and didn't bounce in the air one more time, because the game's over and we don't even have a chance to kick a field goal. But I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like in that moment, you know, I mean, I don't know if the guys thought we had a timeout. I don't know if they thought, like, man, Jordan Love finna spike it on third down. I don't know what they thought. But we have to be more dialed in on that situation, because if that's another time like that and that happens, number one, we might not even have a second left on the clock to be able to kick a field goal and tie that ball game. So, Coach LaFleur is absolutely right, man. We got to make sure that we know what type of situation we're in, man. Situational football is the National Football League. You got to know what situation you're in. If you don't, you're going to mess around and lose a game off that. And in the first half, to be honest with you, I don't mind Coach LaFleur in the first half. We got 43 seconds left and 3 timeouts. We're trying to be aggressive to go down there and maybe even get a chance to get in field goal range. Their defense makes a great play, sack, fumble. It happens. It's the National Football League. I don't mind that at all. But in the second half, or especially in overtime, we got to make sure our antennas are up, man, and we got to move a whole lot faster.
That's true. You were part of a tie back in 2013 against the Vikings, 26-all draw. You had 7 catches for 80 yards. What do you remember from that game?
I remember the tie. No, to be honest with you, man, I remember walking off that field like, man, number one, there shouldn't be no ties in the NFL, man. This is the greatest league in the world. There's no ties in college. There's no ties in high school. Play the dang game out, man.
Yep. We
in the biggest game in the world. Play the game out. But not only that, when you tie, you instantly start thinking about the plays you left out there.
Sure.
I'm like last night, I'm looking like, man, Packers, they block a field goal safety. Even if they don't get a safety, Packers win that football game. So you just start looking back at the little plays you didn't make. It might be a third down where we had a miscommunication on, or maybe even a drop ball, or whatever it may be. But you start looking back at those little plays that you did not make. I remember in that game, man, we started slow, had a little lows in the game, weren't really, really good on third down. But, you just look back to those plays and be like, man, we made one of those plays. There ain't no tie, man. We win the dang ball game.
I'm shocked you didn't bring up Scott Tolzien's greatest run of all time in that game.
Hey, that might be the greatest run in Packers history by a quarterback, huh? Spin, double spin, get in the end zone. I see you, Scott Tolzien. Shout out, man.
The pump fake, the reverse spin.
Man.
I didn't think he had it in him.
I don't even think he knew he had it in him. I still think he probably showing his kids and his nieces and nephews and all that, man. Look at what Uncle used to be, man.
That's so good. We'll head back out to AT&T Stadium, take a look back at Romeo Dobbs' big game, as well as Micah Parsons' reunion with the Cowboys. You're watching Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. Time now for the good drive of the game, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. We don't have a player of the game this week, but if we did, it would go to one guy that was crucial in our drive of the game. Romeo Dobbs caught a 15-yard touchdown pass with 1:45 left to give Green Bay the 34-30 lead. Rome finished with 6 catches, 58 yards, a career-high 3 touchdowns, but as per usual with Rome, didn't really want to discuss his own play after the game.
We just got to be more consistent, bro. Truthfully speaking, we should have won the game. And that's why moments like this, we get right back to the drawing board. There is no losses. There is only lessons. And this was a big one for us as a team. And I look forward to just progress moving forward.
That was the Gruber Law Offices good drive of the game. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. As a fellow wideout, how good of a game did Rome have?
I mean, Rome had a great game, man. You score 3 touchdowns in a football game, you feel like there's nobody in the world that can absolutely guard you.
Did you?
I remember when I had 3 touchdowns against the Bears. I mean, we ended up winning the game, but I felt like, man, I'm the best player in the world. I should win MVP. That's how I felt. Like, they cannot stop me scoring 3 touchdowns. No, but Romeo Dobbs is a heck of a football player, man. Love the way he plays the game. Loves his approach, man. He's a true pro out there, man. Extremely good route runner. Extremely strong hands, man. The play that sticks out to me is the one he made on that third down, man. That Jordan Love almost got picked, but Romeo Dobbs came back and grabbed it. Made a big time hands catch. I was able to get some yak after, but he's just a really good football player, man. And he's taking advantage of his opportunities right now, man, making big time plays. But 3 touchdowns. I thought it was over when he scored. I'm like, man, it's over. Micah Parsons gonna sack Dak, and it's gonna be welcome back home, and game gonna be over. So, no, credit to Romeo Dobbs, but I definitely understand, man. You scored 3 touchdowns in a tie. It's like, man, what the hell?
Script writers must not have had that one in there for this week, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still trying to find a script for my career.
Let's give the receivers some more love now in our Associated Bank play of the game. Packers facing a 4th and 6 and 0. James?
I mean, shoot, the ceiling is very, very high, man. You watch this kid move around with his speed. You watch him run routes. You watch his playmaking ability. The ceiling is sky high, you know. Obviously, he's still young in his career. He's still learning a lot. The game still has to slow down for him. But I think once that all happens, I think we're going to be looking at a very good Pro Bowl player for the next 10 to 12 years for the Green Bay Packers. I truly believe that's his ceiling, and he's that good. So, you know, to be honest with you, we got to find ways to get him the ball more and get him more involved. And I know it's tough, man, because I sit over here as a receiver that played with Jermichael Finley and Greg Jennings and Donald Driver and Randall Cobb and Eddie Lacy and Jordy Nelson. And you every single week, it's like Coach Mike had to get up there and say, we got to find a way to get Jones a little bit more touchy. You know, yeah, so you look at what we have with Wicks and Romeo Dobbs, and you got Josh Jacobs. You got two good tight ends. I mean, gosh, Leash, Jaden Reed is hurt. Christian Watson is hurt. Like, it's so many players to get the ball more, but watching him play, he's too explosive for us not to find ways to get him the ball a little more.
Yeah, for sure. All eyes heading into this game on the Micah Parsons.
You know what's crazy, man? I was kind of like listening to a bunch of the fans. I'm listening to, you know, morning TV and all that, and everybody, yeah, he didn't have a sack. He ain't really done. Did you guys truly watch the football game? Jerry Jones was not going to let Micah Parsons wreck this game. He had 2 to 3 blockers on him every single time. And when he didn't have 2 to 3 blockers on him every single time, it was quick game or a run play, getting the ball out of the hands fast. They knew exactly what they were doing. Micah Parsons does not wreck this game, and he does not have me looking like a fool in my home stadium. So, Coach, you better figure out a plan to make sure that don't happen. And if you truly, truly watch it, man, there was a guard and a tackle on him at times. There was a tight end and a tackle on him at times. There was a tight end, a tackle, and a running back helping on him at times. So he could not wreck the game. And I'm like, to be honest with you, that's the impact you want from Micah Parsons. Now, you know, Rashawn Gary, you go wreck the game. You know, Luke Van Ness, you go wreck the game, you know, because he's demanding that much attention. I thought Micah Parsons was Micah Parsons. Obviously, he didn't have the splash plays, but I thought the attention that he demanded, I'm like, man, that is why we brought him here, because eventually Rashawn Gary's going to get home. You know, eventually Luke Van Ness is going to get home. You know, those pass rushers are going to get home. So I thought he played a heck of a football game, man. I mean, I know the stat line didn't say that, but if you truly, truly watched the game and looked at how they game planned for him, I thought he did his job.
For sure. All right, coming up on Inside the Huddle, we discuss the upcoming bye week, the Packers' next opponent. They return to Lambeau to face the Bengals in Week 6. Network Health is your hometown advantage health plan. Not a lot of home games on the schedule for a while after the Packers bye. The Bengals come to Lambeau without Joe Burrow, but after that, it's back-to-back road games. The Pack 2-0 at home this year. And James, you mentioned it. It sounded like a home crowd at Jerry World on Sunday night. What was it like? I know you guys always travel well, but my gosh, Green Bay still never lost in that stadium.
Man, Packer fans is unbelievable, man. When you talking about traveling, man, I was walking through the stadium and I'm like, man, am I in Wisconsin? Because this looks like a home game. That is how it felt. And they were loud in there, man. They definitely had the team's back for sure. They were loud and in effect. Nothing better than Packer fans, man, on the road.
And you have pretty good memories from that building.
I got great memory from that building, man. You know, walking into that building in Jerry's World, man, you know, when it was first really getting started and we were able to, you know, host that Lombardi Trophy up, man. So I got great memories there. So even though we tied, I still was walking out of there like, man, I'm the only one that won a Super Bowl in this building. So, you know.
Yeah, and speaking of memories, we will be back with more of James' memories from his time on Inside the Huddle. But you can follow us on social media, ITH Green Bay on Instagram, Inside the Huddle on TikTok, ITH Green Bay on Facebook, online, ithgreenbay.com, and the Inside the Huddle podcast on Spotify and anywhere you get your podcast. All right, time to take a look back at some of James Jones' best memories here on Inside the Huddle as we celebrate 25 years.
Segment in the house for Inside the Huddle. We are over here at Jermichael Finley's house. We are finna pop up on Jared Bush. We are finna enter Frank Zombo, Nick McDonald, and Graham Harrell's house. Who is this, Graham? Grams is Graham Harold's baby. That's what Graham does. I mean, at least he got a big screen. Graham, what's happening?
What's up, Jason?
What's up, man?
Gotta start coming lucky.
Yeah, you know, they come. Look at this, man.
I'll show you what I got in my closet over there, as y'all can see. With the clothes hanging out.
This is your closet right here, huh?
Right there.
Couple outfits.
Couple outfits.
You know what I mean? One. You know, he got about 2-3 outfits. This is his dresser right here. As you can see, he's been shopping for some new socks and stuff and all that good stuff. Check his bed out. Check his bed. Oh, man. It's air mattress. Oh. Oh, man, that's pretty good. The champ is here. See my chest bump on Donald? Then you got my trees, you know. Then you got my little Packer man in the front window. You know, he gridding up. As you guys know, when I come out of the tunnel, I got my grid on. I don't know if you guys seen that yet, but I do it like the Packer man up there. I ain't got no fat head yet, so, you know what I mean, somebody had made that for me, so I put it in the window. You know, hopefully I catch some more touchdowns and people will want to buy a fat head of me.
Did you ever get that fat head?
I think I got a couple fat heads at the house, man. I'm over here sitting here reminiscing. Them are some memories right there. Graham Harold was the funniest, man. Like, this man is in the NFL living in a basement on an air mattress, man. 2 button-up T-shirts.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
You know what I mean? No dresser, you know what I mean? Just socks on the ground. I said, that's true bachelor pad, man. Those was good times, though, man. Great times. Somebody got to bring that back, man. We got to have somebody bring back some of them ins and outs. And I know these dudes got fat cribs now. Somebody got to bring it back.
Maybe you just come back and host Packers Cribs. I think that's the best idea.
There you go.
Let's do that. We'll be right back here on Inside the Huddle. A big thanks to James for joining us on Inside the Huddle, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the show. James, thanks for chopping on and memory lane. It was some good times.
Anytime, man. Thanks for having me, man. 25 years, that's big time.
That is big time indeed. Your boy Donald Driver started it all. It was fun to have you back. Thanks everybody for watching Inside the Huddle. Have a great week, everybody.